What is up, guys? This is the Carlitos Way here with another video. So today's video, I want to talk about WWE 2K23, the roster and all, and who made the cut and who didn't. So yeah, it's really just something I need to talk about. Is just Sasha Banks and Naomi. They didn't make the cut for 2K23, and I'm like, what the frick? Because honestly, even though I'm actually a really big Sasha Banks fan, and it just really, like, I don't know a good word, just really a bummer that my girl didn't even make the cut. I mean, same thing with Naomi too. Like, clearly, because we all know what happened. Like, they put the titles on John Laurinaitis' desk, walked out, and they got suspended. Like, yeah, and then possibly something we remember to happen in June of 2022 when it was reported about Sasha Banks getting released, and we don't know if this still had something to do with her getting released or not from the company, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And for Naomi, it was reported that she could be done with WWE, so we wish them best in luck, for their future endeavor. I hope Sasha does win the women's title at New Japan. Naomi, I hope one day we see Boston Glow reunite again. Well, but I mean, think about it though. The people that got released after WrestleMania from WWE 2K22, which is, that's the guys the likes of Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, Karrion Kross, Lana, Nia Jax, and who else got released or contract expired after WrestleMania? Oh, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae. Think about it, they got let go or contract expired after WrestleMania, but guys like Andrade, he got released before WrestleMania 37, so he didn't make the cut because it happened before. And think about it, Sasha Banks and Naomi, Sasha left WWE after WrestleMania 38, so I think it's fair enough her and Naomi should make the cut for WWE 2K23. And another shocker is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, did not make the cut for WWE 2K23. Like, yeah, the 60-time world champion apparently didn't make the cut, and that's another shocker because, he's been featured in, like, every single WWE game, and, especially, he's, like, one of, like, the biggest wrestlers known in WWE and all. See? Like, it's just really a shocker how he never made the cut, too. Even if his daughter, who is now a 14-time women's champion, made the cut. And, so I think it's pretty obvious. I think Ric Flair should have made the cut for WWE 2K23 as well because, the guy's just well known. And that's how I think he should have made the cut for the game. So I also want to talk about, who should also be on, the DLC packs and all. Like, honestly, since Ric Flair is not going to be featured on the game, I think they should put Ric Flair in the DLC packs. And, the people, I'm probably guessing that showed up after Extreme Rules of 2022. I'm thinking it should be Mia Yim, Bray Wyatt, the Good Brothers, Tegan Knox, and whoever else showed up after Extreme Rules of last year. Like, I think they should be on the DLC packs. And also another thing I also want to talk about is also Bad Bunny being on the game. And I actually did see that coming too. Bad Bunny was going to make the cuts for WWE games. Because, yeah, if you remember WrestleMania 37, Damian Priest was his tag team partner. And, he had the match against the Dirt Sheets, a.k.a. Miz and Morrison. And, and especially, Bad Bunny could have put up a lot of banger matches. Well, not like a lot of banger matches, but if you remember WrestleMania 37, he put up a banger match there. And that's how you knew that guy was going to make a cut. And maybe he might be lucky enough. Maybe he might get a world title run. So I want to talk about, the 3 returning legends that are making their returns to the game. They never made last year's cuts, but they're on past games, and that is Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, basically the Bella twins, and Kurt Angle. Because even though, yeah, I was really mind blown when they didn't make the cut for last year's game, and it's like, where's Kurt Angle? Where's the Bellas? It's like, I don't see them anywhere, and then it's like, they just got removed from the games, and I was like really shocked. And even other legends that were on past games like 2K18, 2K19, the likes of Papa Shango, Lex Luger, Mark Henry, except Mark Henry's with AEW now. So I guess, since AEW and WWE practically had beef with each other, I guess that's why, guys like Big Show and Mark Henry and Sting, that's why they weren't featured on the game because, that's just what it was. And another thing I think that could happen in the game is also like a late patch. Because if you remember in last year's game, it was like a little patch, they had 2 different Shinsuke's, 2 different Alexas, 2 different Baron Corbins. They had T-Bar and Dominic Dijakovic, because, remember, it was King Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, not King Nakamura, the Goddess Alexa Bliss, and Dominic Dijakovic, and then they also had Nikki Cross. Remember, they were all game patches. Even I'm predicting it's also going to be the same thing too, because maybe they might put Judgment Day Edge. They might put Rhea Ripley before she didn't join the Judgment Day yet. Finn Balor before he did not join the Judgment Day yet as well. And I'm predicting they're going to put Judgment Day Dominic Mysterio in the game. And then, you know, Dominic Mysterio, when he was still a face, I'm predicting he's still going to be a game. He's still going to be like a character patch, you know. That's what I would say. So yeah, whatever characters were supposed to make the cut on that version and I just got remade, I guess they're going to be eventually a game patch, you know. Finn, Rhea, Edge, Dominic. They're eventually going to be a patch possibly. Oh yes, and also I was just thinking this, even the same thing could go for Raquel Rodriguez, you know, when she was Raquel Gonzalez and all in NXT. And same thing with Dakota Kai, you know, when she got released and all back then, back in, I think it was May or April she got released from her contract. But yeah, but maybe they could do a late character patch for them too. Even same thing with Io Sky, you know. They could do an Io Shirai on the game, you know. Maybe Io Shirai could make the cut for the late character patch, but that could happen. Maybe the same thing for Kayla Ray. Maybe, you know, there might be a late character patch for her as well. So, I mean, honestly, we'll just have to wait and see. And honestly, like, to see if they make up or they don't show up at all. That's all. Another thing that honestly made me happy about the game is honestly they put war games. And the coolest thing is you get to bounce on 2 ropes. Like, you get to do a springboard jump on 1 rope, jump onto the next rope, and then boom, hit your guy with a phenomenal forearm. Like, that is so cool, like how they did that. Like, overall, like, I'm still thinking about getting the game. Like, I don't know if I should get it or not, or I should just pre-order, because I'm overall saving my money right now for AEW Fight Forever when it comes out, because honestly, that's one game also I'm looking to getting as well. Also, the one thing I think that they should bring back in the universe mode is they should bring back, like, you know, the promos and all. You know, you get to cut a promo and stuff, like, you know, face turn, heel turn, form a tag team, break up, call out somebody. You know, I think they should, even though people said they didn't like that at all, but when they did that in 2K19 and 2K20, I honestly kind of missed it. But even though I know people said they didn't like it and all, but I still think they should bring it back to universe mode on WWE games. That's one thing they should bring back. And also, the one thing I also liked about 2K22's universe mode was you get to add how many matches you get to add up and how many matches you get to remove. Like, you know, if, like for an example, like you go to next week and then there was like 8 match cards booked and you get to -1 match, and now you get rid of a match card, now it's 7 match cards. And then if you want to add up another match card, that'll be 9 match cards. So I think that was another cool thing they added. So, you know, you're kind of like being like your own general manager, you know, you get to run the show and all. It's your show, you get to take over. Alrighty guys, that's to wrap up today's video today. So don't forget to phenomenal forearm, that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And don't forget today is be phenomenal, stay phenomenal. Y'all have a good one. Sweet!